Good evening, everyone. Myth is a religion in which no one any longer believes. Welcome, welcome all to the 250th chapter meeting of Bane Toastmaster Club. Our club provides supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Let me explain some basic rules of this meeting. Please mute your microphones when you are not speaking. Also, rename yourself by prefix with your meeting role or with Toastmaster or with guest if you are not a Toastmaster. Please put your microphones, please, please put your mobile phones on silent mode to avoid any distractions when you get chance to speak. Be cognizant of your body movements, multitasking, and backgrounds. Use the chat box for any questions or comments. For feedback, send it as one-to-one message only to the speaker. Please clap or use clap emoticons whenever control is transferred. When you begin speaking, the correct protocol is that you have to greet in the following manner. Good evening, Presiding Officer, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmaster, and dear guest. Now let me introduce our club presiding officer, Toastmaster Dada, who is passionate about spreading joy in people's heart. She is happiness coach, visiting faculty at various management colleges. She loves reading books with her kids and playing with her pet dog, Paper, in her spare time. Over to you, Toastmaster Dada.
Thank you, Toastmaster Komal, for such a calm and soft opening of our 252nd meeting at Bane Toastmaster Club. I'd like to call this meeting to order. I can see that we have a guest among us. That's guest Aditi. Aditi, you're revisiting our club today. Is there anything that you'd like to say, your expectations? Anything? What are you expecting from today's meeting?
As a last time I learned a lot, and today also I think I will get so many things in today's Toastmaster Masters meeting. And I last time I felt you all are very supportive. Last time I was very hesitant to talk and you know, but you are all make me comfortable, so it's really wonderful. Thank you, all of you. Yeah.
Thank you for that positive feedback, guest Aditi. And this is the environment that we create at Toastmasters Club, that we make sure that our guests, new people, our members, everybody is comfortable, and we provide this supporting atmosphere to each and every member. I can see guest Abhinav. Abhinav, would you like to introduce yourself and what are you expecting from today's meeting?
Good evening, ma'am. This is my first meeting on this meeting, so I have no expectations from this meeting, but I have expectations from myself, that I get to learn a lot from this meeting, and I'm here just to improve my communication skills and leadership qualities. So I think I'm going to learn a lot from this.
Thank you, guest Abhinav. What I would really encourage to all my guests is to give their name for table topic session, and that gives you an opportunity to speak on your feet, though sometimes it can be a little nerve-wracking, but it helps you to put your thoughts in a bit of a sequence, and it provides you a stage to present your thoughts across others. Are there any other guests here? Can you help me, Toastmaster Vibha? Do we have anyone else?
No, Radha.
That's about it. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Now, like I said, that each one of us provide this supporting atmosphere at Bane Toastmaster Club, for sure, that I know, because this is where I am registered and acquainted with. But we all have a very different reason to join Toastmasters. Some of us wants to improve communication skills. Some wants to improve their leadership skills. That's why they pick up few of the leadership roles at various levels. And some of us actually just want to, explore, to be more of an extrovert. And that could be one of the reasons for you to join. Like you can see that, even after being here for about a year, every single meeting, I do feel like, what is it that I'm going to speak? Do I have my thoughts in place? Is it going to be put in order? That hesitance actually gives me a lot of preparation at the back of my mind, which is the subconscious mind. It allows me to prepare in advance and push myself to cross my limits and present. About today's theme, Millennial Myth, is a very new one for me, and I would like to hear more in detail what I personally feel about Millennials Myth and what I have been hearing around. I believe that, all the millennials are tech savvy. You just see them being on constantly on their phone, either Twitter or Insta or a Facebook. But what's the fact that they're tech dependent and not tech savvy? For even if you want to give them a message to remove a garbage of your house, if you send them a text message, for sure it will get done. But if you expect as a part of their daily chores, forget about it. The second myth, that they cannot dress professionally, and what they call it as a business casual and very cool types. But actually the fact is they're very much upfront with what's happening out there in terms of fashion, and they can look up on YouTube channel and they can see how to put up that nice professional looking tie with a clip on it. Another one is millennials are lazy. But what is the fact? Fact is that they're eager to be challenged and need to go beyond what is required to make their profession more of a successful one. Another myth is millennials are a job hoppers because they can't see themselves being very satisfied in their current roles. Now, the fact there is, if they find the right mentors and the right manager who can nurture them, guide them, they are likely to stay there. So a few myths like this, many more to be discussed in detail. And whether it's a myth or it's a fact, the actual reliability on millennial is quite high, and they are going to be a dominant workforce of our planet for sure. So either we like them or we don't like them. Either we get impressed by this style of speaking, style of living, but we have to accept them, we have to admire them and love them. So we have this seen this gigantic change occurring around in the form of COVID-19, and it has taken a lot of new dimension, and it requires a lot of in-depth discussion. So far, if you look into the planet and the kind of evolve or certain damages that the planet itself has experienced, the millennials are the ones who will be facing the repercussions of these changes that we have given. So they need to be more ready with their with their thoughts, their ability, the performance and everything. So yeah, we have to just admire, we have to support, and we have to be with them so that they can take the future at much of a greater place. And with that, I'd like to transfer the call over to our Toastmaster, Shivani, to uncover many more myths and facts about millennials. Toastmaster Shivani, a bright, shining star of Bane Toastmaster Club.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Radha. A very warm good evening to the presiding officer, dear Toastmasters and guests. With immense pleasure and excitement, I welcome you all to 252nd fun-loving meeting of Bane Toastmasters Club. I am the host of the evening, and today's theme is millennial myths. I'm sure you all would have done your research and would go through a lot of millennial myths already. I'm going to kick off by starting. What do you mean when we say about millennials? What comes into your mind when you think about millennials, or what age group does it belong to? Anyone? Any guesses?
Anyone who born after the 90s?
90s, okay. Anyone else?
Before 2000.
Before 2000, okay. Okay. So
Anyone
yeah, tell me.
anyone who is born after 70s, after 1976 and before 2000, I
Wow,
think.
so specific.
Well, those specifics are also not correct. I'm sorry. So anyone born between 1981 to 1996 are considered to be millennials, which are following the generation X. That means youngest millennials are around 25 and the oldest one are coming up on 40. But here it could get also confusing where someone mentioned that the person who is born before 2000. So few sources does claim the last birth year of millennials to be 2000, in which case I also get to be a millennial. So depending on the source, millennials generation either spans for 60 or 18 years. Now that you've understood who millennials are, what comes into your mind when you think about millennial myths? Anyone? What do you think?
Any misconception regarding millennials?
Correct.
As Radha mentioned, millennials are lazy, which is not the case. Not all.
Okay. So somebody mentioned that these are the misconceptions of our daily lives. That's so true, that these are everyday myths that govern all the millennials' daily lives. What mindset should stay and what needs to be discarded. I am a woman from a normal middle class family in North India. I was the first woman in my family to be sent out for further studies and graduation. So, born with myths and lived with myths for 24 years, I can bust out enormous myths that society has imposed on me and every other millennial ever since we were born. And fun fact is, we have accepted them, carrying over generations with no questions asked. Some sloppy myths we created ourselves, and some unhelpful myths which are not taking us anywhere. Throughout our life, we have survived through many myths, like your body weight can determine the type of man you will get in the marriage market. A marriage maker can mark your skin color and add you in a category. God is a barter business to grant my wishes for a coconut worth rupees 10, where in the exchange I could ask for a car, house, or Gucci clothes. And now when I look back, I find all these criteria to be funny and stupid. Would any one of you want to share few such myths that you have suffered through, maybe in 2 to 3 lines? I'm sure you all would have suffered through many myths, probably about cat or dog. Nothing?
I think we are different from our parents and grandparents.
Okay, you consider that to be a myth, is it?
Yes.
Okay. But we actually are like them. You think so? Is it?
We are different from them.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not a millennial, so I don't have any kind of experience like that.
Okay. But you could share any myth from your generation as well.
Well, in my generation, majority of decisions are taken by others. Like a parent decided what you will do, teacher will decide which subject you will read, and the manager will decide which position you are going to take in next 1 year, 2 years.
Correct.
I think for me, since I'm a millennial, a myth would be that usually for us, being a learner is somewhat associated with reading. Since we have moved up a generation, we have switched the medium. Just instead of reading, now we prefer YouTube over it. So maybe that would be a myth that I think is not true. That we are not learned just because we don't read. We just switch the mediums there.
Okay, correct. So basically, these are the most pervasive and damaging myth that Toastmaster Santosh and Nishant created about millennials. Now let's talk about a few common myths in a much detailed manner. First one being, people should like me because I am special. I hope everyone can see it. We all secretly want ourselves to be liked by each and every person we talk or hang around with. Don't we? Trust me, it's a chronic disease. Back in college, I had a very beautiful, talented, and a party animal friend. She was so popular that everyone would want to hang out with her and be a part of her Insta post. Yes, we associated Insta post with a special kind of gesture. Her social media account seemed quite Gucci that no one could leave her profile without a feeling of enviousness. She had many online followers and was quite a talk of town. Despite being achieved so much attention, she did not seem to have sense of fulfillment. As a friend, I could sense that. So one day I casually asked her, "Hey, what's the matter? You seem stressed and worried." At first, she denied to open up, but I insisted. She busted out on her own and started crying heavily. I was worried and surprised at the same time. She told me sometimes she gets mean comments from people on Instagram and from people she hangs out with about her body, hair, or skin, or her lifestyle. Because she was quoted as happy-go-lucky person, every time she didn't want anyone else to think otherwise. I realized she's doing all this to prove something to someone and not keeping it 100. She wants all the creatures in the world under the sun to love her and accept her. And similarly, some of us, our lives are there to prove something to others, like our parents, relatives, or perhaps our exes. I'm going to ask you to look around. Look around and see if you can see Mars. Can you? Venus? Can you see Jupiter at least? No, right? Well, you're not the center of universe, and that's exactly why you can't see them. The feeling of specialness is completely fine. But doing everything in life to impress someone is a problem. Let me tell you two important things. First, yes, you are special because you are unique. There's no one else like you. Second, yes, you are not special because there are quite a lot of unique people like you. 8 billion unique people to be precise. You have to earn the upgrade to uniqueness. Now we will bust few more myths like these throughout the meeting. Let me just go through the agenda for today's meeting for the benefit of our guests. Let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
No.
Not yet. Not yet.
Now we can.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So the first part, there are two sections. The first part consists of the prepared speeches, where 3 speakers will be attending their speeches based on certain objectives and parts, followed by an impromptu section where there will be a table topic section where guests and Toastmasters could participate. And then the section 2, where there will be an evaluation session of the prepared speeches as well as the role players report, and followed by moments of glory. There are no major changes in the agenda. It has also been shared in the chat box, so you could probably find from there. I will stop sharing. Now let me introduce my Millennial Toastmasters who will help me in control and conduct of this evening. We have seen someone who enchanted us in the very beginning and opened the meeting with a beautiful smile. Our Sergeant at Arms, who is a book lover too. The biggest myth, according to her, is that cutting your nails at night shortens your life. Please give a round of applause for Toastmaster Komal. A common myth among millennials is that language learning is too difficult, like Toastmaster Nishant enunciated. To enrich your vocabulary, you need to have super memory to remember all the grammar rules. While language learning does take time and efforts, it's not going to take forever. A will to learn must be present. To bust out this myth and to organically teach us and give critical feedback of our language, we have our language evaluator, a cheerful and zealous Toastmaster, also a bookworm. He believes that your future is in your hands and not in others. He wants the next generation to understand this as early as possible. Let us welcome Toastmaster Santosh.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, and my fellow Toastmaster and dear guest. Good evening. As a language evaluators, my responsibility to listen and attentively what has been said during this meeting, note and report any effective use of grammar or grammar incorrectly grammarly speech. Apart from this, my responsibility also to present the word of day and phrase of day. Since the meeting theme was a millennial, so I tried to find out millennial usually use the words. So I found many millennial words. So here presented two. One word. Sorry, word of day, Gucci. Though it look like a brand, but I researched that this is not only brand, but it's meaning that it's good. A millennial use it frequently. So use of this example of this word, all members look Gucci after the party. I would be very Gucci if anyone give me some example. Yes.
Can I go ahead?
Yeah, please.
Our house looks Gucci after cleaning, especially during festivals.
Perfectly. So I believe that we have the two category in the millennial. One is millennial and second is the extra millennial, ultra millennial. Now moving phrase of day. It is keep it 100. The meaning of it, authenticity and honesty. the use of it. Example, I always try to keep it 100 because life is too short to worry about what other people say. Anyone would like to present the example?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, please.
Uh, Keeping it 100 is not the job of any politician.
Well said. Well said. So with this, I request all speaker use the word of day and phrase of day if they get the chance to speak, and all audience show the thumbs up and or use the emoticon to encourage the speaker. With this, over to Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Santosh, for explaining your role. Just like people suffer from diarrhea and malaria, some also suffer from no time area disease. We have a lot of things on our to-do list, but very less time to check them off. So to keep a track of time for this meeting, we have someone with an inquisitive nature who is also a cricket lover. He believes destiny is not a matter of chance, but it's a matter of choice. He suggests not to sit back and wait for the destiny to come into action. It will give you desirable life. Please welcome Toastmaster Ravindra.
Hello. Hello everyone. Good evening. And dear Presiding Officer, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster, and dear guest. So as a timer, my duty is to time prepare speeches, table topic speeches, and speech evaluation during this meeting. Every speech has a time range allotted for finish time. You can see them on the agenda too. When a speaker reaches the minimum time allotted for the range, I will display the green card. When a speaker reaches the midpoint of the allotted for the range, I will display the yellow card. When a speaker reaches the end of his time allotted for the range, I will display the red card. As a timer, the speaker has 30 second grace time before the green or after the red card is displayed to the end of the speech in order to qualify for the vote. I will report qualifying times when called for. Back to the Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ravindra, for explaining your role. Moving on, to help you master your speaking fluency, we have our counter, an enthusiastic Toastmaster and a nature lover. The biggest myth he has lived with is that a restricted and disciplined environment can never bring a brighter student. He do not want next generation to limit on their creativity and their limits. Please welcome Toastmaster Avinash.
Oh, I was on mute, sorry. Presiding Officer, dear Toastmaster and guest. Millennial myth, basically one of the millennial myth, just Radha has explained, those are the job hoppers. But the fact is that they are not the job hoppers. It is because of the job security, no guarantee, or technology. We don't know whether it will alive for the next decade or not. And additionally, the star mark of the financial needs. Moving towards the fact of the flawless communication, there are many parameters for the flawless, but I am just taking care for the distractions, which is as a counter from the Toastmaster management. Basically, those are in the three categories. One is a correct sounds, or ar. Then filler words, but, so, and like, and filler phrases like so that, something like that. Please note that these distractions will define the quality of the flawless, and for training and quality purpose, I am the person who is recording that and will represent that for your providing the facts. adding note on that, basically, if we will take care on what we want to say on that, as well as if we'll make a practice what we want to say, we will reduce the distractions, and it will be the flawless communication. We will encourage those who are the flawless in the meeting. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Avinash, for explaining your role. Now let us begin with our first section with prepared speeches. Each project has a specific time limit and a certain fixed objective. That's why we call it as a project. Each project teaches us some aspect of public speaking, such as body language, vocal variety, or persuasive skill. The speakers will try to learn various such aspects in their speeches. The first speaker will attempt level 1, project 1 from persuasive influence path and pathways. The evaluator for this speech is Toastmaster Nancy. I request Toastmaster Nancy to read out the objectives of the speech.
Hello, am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
So the purpose of this speech is for the member to introduce himself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. Toastmaster Prashant will be giving his first speech of his new pathways, and I'll be evaluating this speech and delivery style. Because the icebreaker is the first project a member completes, the speech title is Incompetency Leads to Success, and the speech of level 1, project 1 of pathways persuasive influence. Good luck to my target speaker and make it Gucci.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nancy. Timer, please note this is an icebreaker speech. Time allowed is 4 to 6 minutes, meaning the lighting sequence is green at 4 minutes, yellow at 5 minutes, and red at 6 minutes. The screen will start blinking at 6.5 minutes. Moving on to our speaker, the speaker is a multi-talented, vivacious Toastmaster and an art of living follower. He believes that you will become happy when you achieve something. He wants his kids to learn that if you become happy, you will achieve everything. Conditional happiness is a myth for him. Let's welcome Toastmaster Prashant. Incompetency leads to success, Toastmaster Prashant.
Thanks, thanks, Shivani. Am I audible, guys?
Yes, you are.
Am I visible as well?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Timer, would you share the screen?
Yeah.
Timer can start the.
Just 1 second.
Should I start?
Oh, just 1 second. Let me open the timers. Komal, can you help me out where I can start that option?
You opened in Chrome, right? Chrome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go to Chrome. Yeah. Just, yeah, you have selected icebreaker. Go down and start.
Go down.
Speech. Select the speech. No, so icebreaker only.
Yeah, it is already icebreaker, so I can
And
start now.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it started.
It says ignorance is bliss. And if anybody thoroughly follows this, that's an engineer. He stays ignorance for entire 4 years of his engineering, and few like me for entire year. Good evening, guys. Today, I have an opportunity to reintroduce myself in front of you all, in front of this club. And to take this opportunity, I was scanning through my life. I was thinking, what is that one thing which kept me pushing? What is that one thing which kept me on my toes? And what is that one thing which I can narrate from my life to all you fellow Toastmasters? And I found that one thing was incompetency. Incompetency in my education, incompetency in my profession leads me where I am today. I'll say in whatever way leads me to success. My name is Prashant Dharam Thok. I'm born and brought up in Nagpur, youngest son of my parents. I grew up in a lower middle class family. My father was honest government officer. His honesty might be the reason we were lower middle class. My mother was homemaker. In my childhood, what might be routine for other kids was luxury for me or luxury for us. And let me give you a couple of examples for that. When I reached 5th class, I got third-hand cycle, which I inherited from my elder brother, which he inherited from my eldest sister. The richest feeling I ever had in my childhood when we bought Onida 21-inch CRT black and white TV. I never had that feeling till now. During those days, I'm talking about early 90s. What you would like to become, beta, was second most famous question. And kids of my generation used to know 3 options: doctor, engineer, pilot. Eventually, I realized pilots are also engineer, which dropped down my choices to 2, doctor and engineer, and I choose to become an engineer. That is how incompetency of not knowing any field leads me to choose engineering as an aspiration. By the time I reached 10th class, my parents started declaring our son is an engineer. It's only a matter of few more years. Then as I move forward, I choose electrical engineering. I am 2002 passed out electrical engineer. So you all will say, why electrical engineering? Was I passionate about electrical field? Absolutely not. That was the only choice available. Not getting any other field, incompetency in getting any other field leads me to become an electrical engineer. After electrical engineer, I did my personal graduation, that is PG diploma in personal management. There is no connection between engineering and personal management. So why did I do that? My friend said, Prashant, in evening college, there are a lot of girls who enroll for personal management. There is a lot of scope. Let's go and join. If you all are thinking they were talking about career scope, you are mistaken. I did my personal management PG diploma. Then now it comes to profession. 90% of engineering student always believe to go to core field, out of which 60% don't know what core field is. I was amongst one of them. I wanted to go to a core field. After realizing I don't know even how to change the fuse being an electrical engineer, I dropped that thought. And again, I dropped that idea of going to core field. And that is how sales happened. Incompetency of educational field leads me to become a salesperson. I briefly remember July 2003, I started my career. A panel of interviewers said, Prashant, congratulations, you are been selected. Your salary would be so and so, and your designation would be sales executive. I requested, thanks a lot, sir. I have a small request to make. They thought I might demand more money. I said, money is fine. Can you change my designation from sales executive to sales engineer? I want to put that engineering tag in front of my designation, and that's the only request I have. They gracefully accepted because changing designation doesn't come at cost. And that is how in 2003, salesperson in me was born. I remember the first movie I had seen was in 1998, Pyar Kiya To Darna Kya. And why was that? Because NIIT was giving free movie tickets to all those who attends computer class or computer counseling class. That was the first time in 1998 I saw a computer and a movie in theater, and I still remember movie. That is how incompetency leads me to everything in my profession, in my personal life. In 2004, I landed in Pune. I landed in a place called Pimpri. We all 12 to 15 people used to stay in a couple of rooms nearby. That was the time, no social media, no Facebook, no laptop at home. It was just fun. It was pure fun. Incompetency in communication skills, incompetency in leadership skills lands me at Toastmasters, and I still continue that journey in Toastmaster. So my only saying while I leave is leave room for imperfection, leave room for incompetency, change that incompetency into your achievement, change that imperfection into your area of improvement. You will certainly lead to success. Thanks a lot.
Wow, what a great speech, Toastmaster Prashant. We all are obsessed with engineer word. That's why we want every profession to be suffixed with engineer, right? So the second speaker, okay, let us pause for 30 seconds to write feedback for the speaker. Please share your feedback privately only with the speaker using chat feature.
Ravindra, you can stop sharing your screen.
Okay. The second speaker will attempt level 1, project 2 from presentation mastery path in pathways. The evaluator of the speech is Toastmaster Nishant. I request Toastmaster Nishant to read out the objectives of the speech.
Good evening, everyone. The purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to demonstrate that he or she has applied the feedback received from his or her first speech. Best of luck to the speaker.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nishant. Time allowed is 5 to 7 minutes for the speech, meaning lighting sequence green at 5, yellow at 6, and red at 7. The speaker is one of the greatest one of the sweetest Toastmaster and a travel enthusiast. And the biggest myth around millennials, she believes, is that every pet lover is an animal lover. Let's welcome Toastmaster Manu. A trip to remember Toastmaster Manu.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, you are.
Am I visible to everyone?
Yes, you are visible.
I will be sharing the screen and the timer also with that.
Okay.
Ravindra, please share your screen.
Can 2 screens be shared together?
I think he had to pin his timer on my presentation. Can I start sharing the screen first?
No, Manu, I think you will have to, if you want to share the screen, then you should be sharing the screen. And Ravindra can do it on his mobile and show it. You can pin his window.
I think someone has to stop sharing the screen. Then only I'll be able to share.
Yeah, Ravindra, please stop sharing the screen. Ravindra, can you display the timer on your phone?
Can everyone see the screen?
Yes, we can see.
1 second. I don't know how to put it in presentation mode because this is coming.
No, see, you can
scroll down.
You can stop sharing, do it in presentation mode, and then switch to presentation mode.
1 second.
Stop sharing first. Yeah. Now put it into the slideshow mode. Then go and do an Alt Tab, share screen, and pick up.
Alt Tab, huh?
Alt Tab to go to the Zoom. Once you're on Zoom, then do again share screen.
Sorry, I'm not able to hear you.
Is there a disturbance from my end?
I don't know.
Yes.
Is it better?
Yeah, it is better.
Yeah, it's better.
So what should I do?
Now select the.
I could not hear you, sorry.
Okay, Manu, do one thing. You just start sharing your screen.
Okay, 1 second. Oh, no, I'm not able to do that. There is some problem now.
No. You would.
Green. Are
One
you
second,
able
one
to?
second.
Are you able to do green button? Share screen.
1 second.
How many documents open in your system? More
Only
than one? Or
one. This one
okay.
only.
Okay.
One-
Then
one.
in Zoom there is a share screen button
1 second.
You can
next to the poll. Or
Okay.
next to the.
Yes, yes, yes. I got it now.
And then press that button.
Okay. Now, like,
Yeah.
how can I make it first?
Now, just right hand corner bottom. There is a. But there's a
Just
written a
above
note
the taskbar.
and there's a one
You can also
symbol.
press F5. Manu, just press F5 on your keyboard.
No, it's not working actually.
No.
Just above the taskbar, there will be a button.
There's
This
a
right
Zoom,
below. Yeah.
you see the Zoom indicator at the top, bottom, which is minus to 68, right?
I can't hear you. Hello?
Manu, in
Just a
your
minute.
bottom there's a note, right? You
Just
have
a
written
minute.
the note, yeah.
Manu,
Yes.
we are able to see your screen
Okay.
and you can continue presentation without any other mode. You can continue like this. I mean, rest of the team members can see the screen, right?
Or you can go to slideshow and make it on the top.
No, it didn't work. And how can I see the timer here?
I will be sharing, you can spotlight me, and I will share my timings on my phone.
Manu, there is another option. You can also open timer on your mobile.
Yeah, that
can
is what
also
I'm going to do. Okay, so I'll start now.
a trip to remember. We can see your screen. All the best.
Okay, okay. I do what I love and I love what I do. And one of those I'm utterly in love with is traveling. And fortunately, I get paid for it. Dear Presiding Officer, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmaster and guest, a very good evening to all of you. Earlier, I used to have a monotonous routine while traveling for work, which was restricted to airport, customer premise, and hotel. Couple of years back, I had to travel to Karnataka. And I realized Karnataka being one of the most beautiful states, I could explore local places and attempt to have a perfect work-life balance during that trip. First day, I was in Bangalore and next day in Mysore. In Mysore, after my work, I booked an Ola and visited Mysore Palace, Sand Museum, Church, and Fountain Garden. Being new in Karnataka and having local language issue, I knocked some sense into myself and decided that I would continue with the same vehicle to cover my entire trip. I asked the driver and he agreed, despite the fact that he had never traveled to the rest part of Karnataka earlier. Next day morning, this guy, I call him my travel partner, reached on time. And we started for Coorg, the Scotland of India. On the way, I saw some adventurous activity was going on and I inquired about it. Zip line, madam, and it will take 10 minutes. I was quite ahead of my meeting schedule and I went for zip line. After zip line, I started for my meeting. On the way, I saw some people are going for rafting. Again, I could not control and I inquired about it. How much time it would take? 30 minutes, madam. But I'm going for a meeting. My clothes will get wet. Madam, if you have extra pair of clothes, you can change and come. I was already living out of a suitcase and I had extra pairs in the car. I changed the clothes and completed the rafting in a night dress. People you are seeing in this picture, honestly, I do not know any one of them. After rafting, I completed my meetings in Coorg, followed by some monastery, local market, some waterfall, and the jungle visit. In the evening, we decided to go to Mangalore. And we, after reaching Mangalore, after my work, we visited temple and beaches. My travel partner was equally enjoying the trip. I saw him clicking his own pictures and sending to his fiancée. Seeing this, we made a deal. I would click his pictures and he would click mine. Me being very shy from camera, it is very difficult for anyone to click my pictures. But this guy was very patient and he clicked most of the candid pictures of mine. And this is one of them. Seeing all this, this guy asked me, "Madam, are you mad? Traveling alone in a different state." This guy was sure that I had few screws loose. Little afraid inside, but showing confidence outside. I replied, my family has your details. Luckily, my trick worked. And this guy really took care of me so well during the entire trip. This trip was not only fun, but it had some challenges as well. Trying to save some time, I decided to travel at night. And we started from Mangalore for Hubli in the evening with a plan to reach there by 2 o'clock at night. On the way at around 1 o'clock, we saw a very heavy traffic, mostly trucks. My travel partner took the car through the traffic. And after around 5 kilometers of drive, we saw that the accident had happened between two trucks. And it had blocked the road from both sides. Our car was right next to the accident spot and all truck drivers were around. I was very scared and decided to not get out of the car and to sit inside in such a way that no one gets to see me. From this, I learned a lesson to not or avoid traveling at night. After waiting for around 3 hours, the road got cleared and I reached Hubli at around 5 a.m., then moved to beautiful Belgaum, and from Belgaum to Pune with lots of memories. Now, when I see these pictures, I still cherish those moments. Last but not the least, that's Nandesh, my travel partner. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manu, for a great speech. Stayed in Karnataka for 3 to 4 years. I could totally relate with the pictures you showed. So thank you for the nostalgic memories. Let us pause for 30 seconds to write feedback for the speaker. Now moving on to our third speaker, who will attempt level 2, project 1 from Dynamic Leadership Path in Pathways. The evaluator for this speech is Toastmaster Tushar. I request Toastmaster Tushar to read out the objectives of the speech.
Sure, thank you. The purpose of the project is for the member to identify his or her primary leadership style. And the purpose of the speech is for the member to share some experience or aspect of his or her primary leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. All the best, Toastmaster Vinod.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tushar. Time allowed is 5 to 7 minutes for the speech. The speaker is a versatile Toastmaster and a tracker by passion. The biggest myth he has lived in his life is that high cholesterol can cause heart attack. Let's welcome Toastmaster Vinod. Leadership at 15K, Toastmaster Vinod.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Am I audible and visible clearly?
Yes, you are.
Can I see timer screen?
Ravindra, please share your screen.
Ravindra, are you sharing your screen?
All right.
Just to reset it. Yeah,
All right.
you can start.
Yes, I will start. Okay. Leadership is not a tag which we label on someone's forehead and say, he or she is your leader. So you have to follow him or her. Leadership is an ability to get an extraordinary achievement from the ordinary people. Let me ask you one question. How many of you think leadership is not a critical and sensitive position? I think no one will say that. Your subordinate will not just do what you say, but they follow your every action. You are being minutely observed by the people around you always. If the leader is enthusiastic, the subordinate will also be enthusiastic. And if the leader is lazy and slack while performing his duty, the subordinate also. And the same thought has been brought out in the Gita when Lord Krishna said, whatever the standard leader said, the others follow. Let me ask one more question. How many of you think if the opportunity is given to participate, really exchange of ideas, and discussion is encouraged, will help to solve the problem faster? I think everyone should agree with this. Let me give you one example. If I have one apple and our Toastmaster Santosh also have one apple, if we exchange our apple, so Toastmaster Santosh, can you tell me how many apples you have?
Only one?
We have one apple. Now, if I have one idea and Toastmaster Santosh, you have one idea, if we exchange our idea, can you tell me how many ideas you have?
Definitely two.
This is the beauty of democratic leadership style. However, the democratic leadership style tend to focus on the group equality, freely exchange of idea, but the leader of the group is there for the guidance and control. Let me tell you my story. On China border in Ladakh at 15,000 feet altitude, when the tension between the China and India was on the peak, 15 vehicles of my customer were down because of the failure. The vehicle were using for the road construction, the whole road construction was stopped. Situation was very, very challenging. A lot of pressure was on my team member who was supporting the customer to resolve the issue. Since due to COVID, travel restrictions were there and the heavy snowfall was there, no one from my team was able to travel to the location to collect the data from the vehicle, to troubleshoot it and find out what issue is. Situation was so challenging. Everyone was in the organization was worried about the situation, and this could spoil the brand name of the organization. My manager called me and asked me to prepare a plan. I laid down the plan, how to repair this vehicle without visiting the actual site. Next day, I called a meeting with the cross-functional team, one person from each function, to brainstorm the ideas and define the responsibility. We brainstormed the ideas and formed the one WhatsApp group, including one person from each function, so that we all will connected with the real-time information from the vehicle. We started working on our plan, but there was one problem arises. Because of the security reason, the government has reduced the internet speed in that area. Now the question was how to transfer the data from the vehicle to our laptops for the analysis. One of the team members come forward and suggested a brilliant idea. Let the technician log the data on the vehicle, bring the data logger 100 kilometers down where the internet speed was perfect. Second problem was we were having a very limited spare to replace the vehicle on the vehicle and make the vehicle up for the data collection. Another team member proposed a brilliant idea. Let's make the one vehicle up and use the same spare on the another vehicle, collect the data. And this is the way we were able to collect the data of 6 to 7 vehicles. In background, we were working on the data, analyzing the data, reviewing and doing the analysis. Finally, we got a breakthrough. We identified one of the parameters in the calibration which was not tuned for the altitude compensation and was not running the vehicle at the appropriate power and torque, causing the vehicle issue. Now the question is, can we change this parameter at our own? The answer was no, because we need the permission from the regulatory agency to change the parameter. I reached out to my leadership team and asked help on there. We scheduled the meeting with the regulatory agency at evening. We presented all data. We told every story of this and asked their permission to change the parameter and allow us to make the vehicle up and run it very smoothly. And also give the confidence that we are not violating any emission norms. Finally, the agency got up convinced and they allowed us to do so. So dear Toastmaster, democratic leadership and innovative leadership gives us opportunity to work with the talented people, get more ideas and create a solution. And that's my leadership style. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
That was a very unique story, Toastmaster Vinod, of your leadership journey at 15 GFIT. Now, let us pause for 30 seconds to give feedback to the speaker, only in the personal chat.
Ravindra, you can stop sharing your screen.
Timer, can you please share your report if every speaker qualifies for the voting round?
Ravindra is not audible.
Can I audible now?
Yes, you are audible now.
Okay, sorry, I was on mute. So Mr. Vinod has took 6.44 minutes. So due to that, he's disqualified, and other two speakers are qualified for the voting.
Okay. All right. Now let us cast our votes for the best speaker now. Can we have polls up? Please note, yeah.
Please do not vote Vinod. As Vinod.
6 minutes 44 seconds, right?
Actually,
yes, there is some. Yeah, please.
Toastmaster Vinod is also qualified, Ravindra, because he has completed in 6 minutes 44 seconds, and the time allotted for him was 5 to 7 minutes.
Okay, so all the speakers are qualified for voting.
Yeah.
Can I relaunch the poll? Toastmaster Amit?
Sorry, I don't know. I came just 5 minutes back when Vinod was speaking.
I think you can relaunch.
Yes, I think we should relaunch. Yeah. Now both, all three speakers are qualified. Please vote. All three.
Is the polling done?
No, just 1 minute more. Yes. Done.
Cool. So let's move on with the meeting. I'm going to talk about one more myth today. That is, others have the best life. Are you comparing your someone's highlight videos with your blooper reel? After all, how do you know if you're good at dance or terrible at studies? Unless you have someone to stack yourself against. Just imagine each one of you. You are in a class. Teacher is distributing exam results and you have flunked in 2 papers. Now take a few seconds to imagine how do you feel, and please do share as well. How do you feel, guys? You have flunked 2 exams. Happy, sad, anything?
It depends on how many exams your friend planned.
I'll be coming to that, but just a situation that you have failed.
Worried, of course.
Yeah, logical. Yeah, that's commonly how we feel, right? Now imagine everyone in the class flunked in 4 papers with single-digit marks. Now, Toastmaster Prashant, could you tell your feelings?
I won't feel bad in that case. I have a company.
Anyone else who would feel anything different?
I would feel good if it is out of 10.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, Toastmaster Vinod, go for it. Yeah.
I would still feel good if it is out of 10. You get me 9.
Let's say it's out of 100.
I would feel very happy because everyone else is filled and many more subjects.
My mood depend on how my parents react. So first I'll inform them that rest of have also failed and I've failed. So based on their mood, my mood will be decided.
Okay. So we could all see how we feel is largely determined by how others perform or how our parents feel, right? So are you rich or poor? It also depends on whom you are comparing against. Now, how many of us have compared our life with the famous celebrities? Let's say Sushant Singh Rajput, who was smart, talented, and famous. For quite a long time, he was living an enviable life that most of us millennials wanted, right? But now, after his mysterious death, how many want his life is a question. The point, what I'm trying to make here is, we are only getting a small snapshot of someone's life. We are comparing someone's 100 edited selfie, filtered selfie, with our Aadhaar card photo. The perfect life of others is a myth, complete myth. Let's move on to our next section, which will be to test our ability to think fast and speak impromptu in the table topic session. The table topic master is a dapper Toastmaster and is a podcast creator who is also our Toastmaster of the month. The biggest myth he has lived with are from school days, and that was to listen voice of another person's. Trust it, and believe that as a decision and not trying to change it. His lessons to future generations is to listen everyone, but follow few one. Trust yourself and always try to make dreams into reality. Let's welcome Toastmaster Shubham.
So good evening all my fellow Toastmasters and dear guests and presiding officer and district officials also. So I'm your Toastmaster, table topic master of the day. My name is Shubham and we have two parts in impromptu speaking session. First one is round robin, where we all get a chance to speak for 15 seconds. And then next was table topic, with where few of you got a chance to speak for 1 or 2 minutes. So what's the reason behind attempting impromptu speaking? And that was your listening that directly affects your listening skill, thinking skill, organizing skill, and delivery. In your listening skill, I will mention the topic once or twice to you. In thinking, you get a chance to put your points together and organize your speech and deliver it. I urge every speaker to use the word of the day and phrase of the day during delivery of your impromptu speaking. For round robin, I will begin with one story or one very little example. And for round robin, I want the help of our timer. So Ravindran, can you share your screen?
Sharing my screen.
It's not visible to us.
Okay.
Yes, it is now. So for round robin, I will give you one word and you have to speak on that word for 15 seconds. And that's your story that relates with that word. So I'm going to start with Toastmaster Santosh, and your word is RX100.
RX100. Wow, that is the first bike my father purchased for me when I was in college, because I believe that that time the RX100 just symbol for the youth, and mostly
Toastmaster Nishant. Maggie.
Now Maggie is something that I heard was like a favorite dish of SR. Now for people, SR stands for Sushant Singh Rajput. For me, SR stands for a Gucci Toastmaster, that is Sanjay R, who never fails to astonish me with his style and his humor.
Okay, Toastmaster Hina, annual function.
I remember my annual function from my first and second standard, where my teacher had taught me about the whole dancing, and everyone was dancing together, and we've like so many photographs to look forward to look at, and the videos.
Toastmaster Shivani, Tarak Mehta.
Oh God, this serial keeps on playing in my TV 24/7. I am so bored with this serial now. I want my parents to stop watching that serial.
Toastmaster Prashant, CID.
CID, Daya, break the door. I mean, that is one of the Marathi dialogue which, you keep on hearing and you never get bored. It's been 25 years, I think, and lot of kids of our generation grew with CID, and which always keeps you surprised every time in every episode.
Guest Aditi, water park.
Yeah, it's summer, and it's a very nice to be go on water park, and I love going to water park and enjoy a lot.
Toastmaster Tushar, Indian Idol.
Indian Idol. The first thing is, I would definitely not give any audition for singing, and definitely not just for the Indian Idol, for any idol that approaches me for the competition. So
Toastmaster Amit, roadies.
I do not agree with this word. I'll just counter Shivani that how can you say Tarak Mehta is not a good serial? It's such a nice serial and it makes me laugh. So yes, I do not agree with the word, but I just wanted to counter that. Okay, time up. Thank
Master Parijat, momos.
It's mouth-watering to remember that word, and especially when you were living in a very wintry place up north, it's chilling outside, and something hot really goes in your mouth.
Toastmaster Manu, Bagban.
Bhagwan, oh my God, lots of drama. Like people are crying, and on the other side, you are talking about Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma, and I have not watched any of them.
Toastmaster Vibha, Tere Naam.
Oh God, this is the one of the worst movie I have ever seen in my life. I literally repent the time I had spent at that time on this movie.
Guest Abhinav, IPL. Abhinav, you have to unmute yourself.
First of all, I would like to say that cricket is something I hate the most, and I never watch IPL.
Okay. Toastmaster Nancy, smartphones.
In lockdown, that is the only friend I have with me, because now I can just press a button and I can call anyone, I can attend any meeting, I can do shopping, I can do anything. So I think it's the only friend I have.
Toastmaster Sanjay, super bikes.
So yes, I wish I had a garage of super bikes, and MS Dhoni would be my inspiration to start with. I'm not sure if he has a lot of super bikes, but he has quite a few. And there's another person I follow on Instagram, Dino's Vault. I really hope to ride super bikes the way he does. He does it for a living.
Guess Purvansh, Candy Crush.
That's a confusing game in my life. I cannot understand what to swipe and all. Candy Crush means I cannot understand the name only.
Toastmaster Ravindran, PUBG.
PUBG. Oh, my all of friends are crazy about the PUBG, and when I saw them, I got frustrated because they forgot everything when they start playing PUBG. So I hate that game, PUBG, literally.
Toastmaster Komal, school bus.
School bus. There are lots of memories with the school bus. When I came to after lockdown, when I came to my hometown, I was just one day I saw the school bus was going, and I was just wondering our days in our school, and I miss those days and the school bus time.
Toastmaster Avinash, Pulsar, Bajaj Pulsar.
Wow, it is one of the first bike after Rajdut era, which I have seen, which have just captured the market, and it was with very heavy tummy.
Okay, so I think we are done with each and everyone from our table from our round robin. So I think so we have to take break. TMOD, can we take break for 5 minutes? Or time we have? How much time?
Not 5 minutes. 2 minutes is okay.
Okay. So we will back at 5:21.
Yeah.
Nishant, you have 2 minutes. You can make Maggie.
नहीं इतना भूख नहीं है.
ये भी एक myth है. 2 minutes में नहीं बनता.
Can you put in a recording pause?
I was watching everyone's round robin was